Following program is rated TVMA for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, what's going down? It's your boy DubFX. I am doing a show called Hook, Line, and Thinker with DJ D Phoenix on Neo Retro FM, so tune into that. Peace.
Life's pretty fast. You don't stop to look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Hello, this is Brendan McCreary from Oingo Boingo former members, and you are listening to X5 Radio. Yeah.
Ross?
You see, I added that little bit of a
I did. I liked that a lot. I was going to actually continue that with the rest of the vowel sounds, but I figured that would kind of be pointless. So, and I'll just end that with my standard rock and roll. Hey.
I don't know. Like tutor.
Yeah.
Tutor. All right.
Sundays and
I
Saturdays.
could be a coach. All right, Celeste.
Celeste.
So then Celeste is going to read the whole thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Howdy, I'm Celeste, and you're watching Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast on our YouTube channel, and listening to us on X5 Radio. This is the podcast that DubFX helped build in 2020, and it's a presentation of the Groove Zone Oliwa Collective based in Olympia, Washington. On the panel today, we have Fury, Gabriel, Oz, and the podcast's co-host, resident DJ D Phoenix. The content of this program is for entertainment purposes only. Join us now as we dive deep into the mysterious world of aquatic phenomena.
Thank you, Celeste.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. You are watching Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast, and listening to us on X5 Radio, and thank you very much, as always, for doing that. So the panel and I are going to dive into some kind of unfamiliar territory, well, very unfamiliar territory today on the show, and we are going to be covering, just like everything else that we do, there are so many waterways, to like actually explore when it comes to this kind of area, because when I said aerial phenomenon to everybody here in the last so many hours, it's like that, or aquatic, not aerial, excuse me. When I said aquatic phenomenon, there's so many different things that can consist of. So it's going to be fun today to see like what everybody came up with, and that's what we'll be talking about today. So in my mind, I was thinking like everything from like USOs, which is unidentified submerged objects, to like Loch Ness Monster and, all different kinds of things. But let's just kind of get an idea from everyone. What were some of the ideas that you guys had? And we won't go into detail yet, but like just everybody just kind of like bounce on
Sirens.
Sirens.
Yep.
I would like to talk about mermaids and the aquatic ape theory.
The aquatic what theory?
Aquatic ape theory.
APE?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Aquatic ape. Okay, cool. Let's. And then there's Oz. Okay. Oz, aquatic phenomenon. What's one of the first things that comes to mind?
Well, Pogo, Nessie, stuff like that. You know, I haven't delved too deep into it myself, but I have a little bit of interest in it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And let's see, who said Sirens?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, so those are kind of some of the ones that we'll be going over today. We've got a little bit of video footage, and actually for our viewers, the video footage is interesting because of the fact that there's some trippy stuff out there. Now, DJ Fury said that she's looked into this already and that the majority of these are fake. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
All of the ones that I've seen personally have been debunked. I'm not sure which ones you have pulled up, so we'll see.
Probably the same ones that you've already seen, because there's there's not as much out there on this subject as there are, say, like on Bigfoot and UFOs and that kind of thing. But there is some.
There's more legend than video, right? And just because the videos are fake doesn't mean that there aren't real ones out there that they haven't caught.
Right. Well, okay, so this just came to mind. Have any of you guys seen any of the reels or any of the video footage where it'll show like a fishing trawler or like a fishing boat out on whatever body of water that it is, and they're hauling up some like monstrous thing? That like is okay. But have you noticed, first of all, how close all of the fishermen are to the creature that they don't know what it's capable of doing?
Well, usually when they're hauling something big up like that, they're already aware that it's already dead, like giant squid.
But these things are alive, though.
Okay, well then clearly they should probably be more careful.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I really think that those are the ones that are AI generated.
Right. Unless it's not the first time that they've hauled those up before. It could be the first time they had film on the boat.
Give it some breathing room, though. You don't have to be within 2 feet of this monstrous beast.
Not one of you is freaked out? Really?
Right. Gabriel.
So I have a comment on that. I have seen a decent amount of fishing shows, and first note, those guys are freaking crazy. Like, they are not. They're not your average Joe. Like, if you're gonna work on specifically like a crab boat, like
crab fishermen are the worst.
You gotta be out of your gourd to do that. But then on my second note, like on a smaller boat where there's not a lot of room to move around, and you basically just have enough foot space to pull up the net, and then a large open space to chuck the fish into, like. A lot of these guys are hauling that net the rest of the way onto the boat with their hands. So I don't know if they have room to give it distance, is the thing.
Right.
On the smaller boats, yeah.
Right. Now, the footage that I know that I've seen for the most part usually shows them it's like on some kind of like a boom or a crane or something, because whatever they pulled up out of the depths is that large. There again, probably AI, I'm sure that it is.
Well, something else about that too, D, is that on a larger boat, those people need to be off running the boat. You can't just everybody rush to one spot and just
got a job to do.
Leave the boat unattended.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's another reason I think those videos might be off, because people can't just be leaving their posts to go gawk at something being brought up in the net. They have a boat to pilot.
Exactly. Yeah. You know,
and maybe that captain.
Maybe it'll be those little glitches in videos that'll be the things that that help us in the future be able to determine what's real and what's not. You know,
absolutely deductive reasoning, right?
I know, and I'm hoping that I know that I'm in need of some more of that. So, we're going to do our usual, me freaking out, trying to get everything set up in time. Oh, and you know what? Now, before I hit that, actually, let's back up real quickly. And Fury or whoever, want to throw out like one of the other subjects water-wise that we are talking about, I'm going to grab my
immortal jellyfish. I want to talk about immortal jellyfish and the what are they called? Gabriel, or Celeste, the
Fury.
Squid.
Tell them again what this is that we're
Cuttlefish,
about ready to
octopus.
watch.
Mermaid sighting in Israel.
All right.
And this is off of Animal Planet, I guess. It is pretty glitchy. So we're seeing it in bits. So what is that?
There's something on the
Okay, so we're looking off the coast. So we're looking at some rocks just off the coast, and it looks like there's a creature on it.
Yeah.
And he says
There's
it's a
something
seal,
there.
man. But that's not a seal.
That didn't look like a seal.
It jumped straight up over the rocks and dove into the water. It was like super fast and not a seal.
That was interesting.
Pop up for the 8-minute warning.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
It almost took off like an eel, but it wasn't shaped like an eel.
Nope.
Right, but it was the way that it went over that rock, though, too, that kind of throws
There was
me off.
kind of a fast slither effect there.
Yep. Yeah.
And the front half did not look unlike a person kind of diving to me, actually.
Right. There we go. Okay. So what do you think?
That one's intriguing.
Agreed.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I don't like when videos like that keep panning back to the people that are filming, because it's like, if you see something that wild, why on earth would you not keep the camera trained on the thing?
Exactly.
Like, why do you keep panning back to the regular person?
You already know what they look like.
Well, and it sounded, those were two idiot teenage boys. I'm sorry. They didn't know what they were doing.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Man, well, also the fact that I've just come to be, in my experience, people that use the term "oh my god" over and over are basically trying to pull a reaction out of the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I don't know. When I see weird stuff, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah,
Quit trying to pull stuff out of the audience.
I still think you can tell when somebody's like over exaggerating it, or.
But those kids look like a couple of stoned teenage boys, and I didn't feel like their reactions were faked. I felt like they were just stoned idiot teenage boys,
right?
And saw something weird, but they weren't sure if it was weird because they were stoned and they couldn't figure out the camera.
And they were a ways away
and if
from
you're stoned, you might say, "Oh my god, oh my god," and he did say that's a seal. But then,
right.
That seemed natural to me. I don't think they could have scripted that.
Probably not.
It was, yeah.
So maybe let's watch one that was scripted. Well, maybe not.
Cool.
Maybe this one wasn't scripted. Just interesting things. And some of these are actually going to be almost a little bit disturbing. And I think that was one of the reasons why I wanted to. What's that?
Trigger warning.
Oh, yeah, trigger warning. Well, I don't know if this...
Entertainment purposes only.
Oh, thank you very much for that. It's true. This is all fiction. Okay, this could be a little bit freaky.
Okay, so just so everybody knows what we're looking at, I don't know if that's like a rock or wood dock in the water. And there's this weird creature on it. It is very glitchy. It's bit bit. I believe because of the way that we're playing it, it's probably smoother if you just watch it.
Could be.
But that was creepy, and the face was creepy, and
let's watch it one more time.
Okay.
Okay.
How many legs does it have? And it has like spines on his back.
That looks
and a tail. That's so AI.
It looks like it could be prosthetics to me too, though.
And it looks really AI to me.
It's definitely highly digitally edited, whatever it is. I thought it might be practical effects that were heavily edited, but in any case...
That face was creepy.
I don't think it was prosthetics because the upper arm was really narrow. I don't think...
Good catch.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought that was weird. And somebody said something about the spikes on the back or the spines on the back.
Yeah. I mean, those look like they could have been prosthetics.
Yeah, it just looked like too much to me.
It was, yeah.
Right. Well, and we know for sure that no matter where you're at in the world, there are definitely filmmakers out there.
The main theory
and this creature
says that it was wiped out by mud flood. And it cited examples of, and I don't have these citations per se, but the theory was talking about examples of sub-basements and buildings that have part of the building underground, and they were using this as evidence of these mud floods. But here's the thing about that. It is very well documented that many cities used earth leveling techniques to raise some areas and lower other areas to make streets more accessible. So that part of the theory doesn't really work too well. But I do think that it could be possible that it was wiped out by other civilizations in a period of wartime. And that buildings... No. Shush. I'm sorry. Shush. Come on. Shush. Lay down. Down. Sorry.
The dog just has something to say.
Andrew disagrees with something.
Yeah. No, cut that out. Anyway, I think it's possible that it could have been wiped out and then history rewritten, which has happened who knows how many times in, history. But, I actually have a separate hypothesis, but I will wait until we're more into the weeds to bring that up.
Okay, awesome. But I so totally appreciate your input on that. Hero, any ideas, any thoughts at all?
I've never heard of this. I'm actually reading about it right now.
Okay. And that's fair. And that's one thing I do like though too about the show is that it's like a lot of times some of this stuff like drops on all of us out of nowhere. And so
that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Especially because we've got so many people that are so quick to do research, which is awesome.
Yeah, I haven't had a project in a while, so this was actually really fun.
Good. Well,
also very much appreciated.
No doubt. Well, we'll send some homework off with you tonight. So Celeste, what are your thoughts and ideas on the Tartarian Empire?
So I really agree with Gabriel in the sense that we have solid examples of times history has been rewritten. One of the leading theories about the Tartarian Empire is that the impetus behind it being wiped out and sort of erased from history is that this civilization possessed advanced technology that threatened a power with which it came into contact. And again, we have evidence of this just throughout history, right? So I feel like there's evidence there, and I have sort of a little bit out there theory about it, a thought experiment, if you will. But again, we'll wait until we get more in the weeds for that.
Right. And Fury?
This is, I'm ashamed to admit, because I'm pretty well versed in my conspiracy theories, but this is not that I know very much about at all.
Okay.
So I'm welcoming all of this information.
Well, I think what got me were, first of all, the amount of things that I saw coming through online, whether it was in Reels or whatever, that and that's kind of what my introduction was to the Tartarian Empire. Of course, you know, if you watch stuff on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, it's anybody's guess as to like the validity of it, usually. And so because of that, I'm always a little bit hesitant to just jump right in. But we're kind of jumping in tonight, and I get to share with you a couple of the videos that I've seen. So hopefully, and let me know right off the bat, you guys, if you can see or hear this. All right.
We can see it so far.
Okay, well, here we go, because now we're going to add some sound to this.
Electrochemical device that transforms chemical energy into electrical energy, you need an anode and a cathode. By other means, a positively charged electrode and a negatively charged electrode. When you place them in electrolyte solution, ions flow between the electrodes, generating electricity. I'm interested in ancient architecture and the concepts of anode and cathode. The word cathode resembles cathedral. Cathedral comes from the Greek word cathedra.
Sorry. Not that that isn't interesting or pertinent. However, that's not what you know. So, my apologies.
The Noreliac battleship fleet.
Hello, I would very much like to talk about that theory.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. What?
Sorry. Someday I would like to talk about that particular theory in regards to the Egyptian pyramids.
Absolutely. Agreed. Agreed.
I love ancient Egypt studies. Oh my goodness. I was gaga about it when I was younger. Celeste will tell you.
Oh, absolutely.
The Tartarian Empire exists. There is no historical...
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm ready when you guys are.
Ready.
Okay.
Go for it.
Did the Tartarian Empire exist? There is no historical evidence of a Tartarian Empire. While Tartary was a term used by Europeans to refer to the lands of Central Asia and Russia, there was never a unified Tartarian state. The term Tartary fell out of use in the 18th century, and there is no record of an empire bearing that name. Some conspiracy theorists claim that a lost Tartarian empire existed and was deliberately erased from history, but there is no evidence to support this claim. The idea of a Tartarian empire is considered a myth.
Is considered a myth.
Then where did the idea come from?
From the use of the term Tartary to describe the greater part of the Asian continent.
Right. Also, there was a book written in the 1970s by Anatoly Fomenko called The New Chronology, which sort of originated this idea of a unified Tartarian empire with advanced technology. And other authors picked up on it and sort of expanded upon the idea throughout the years.
Okay. Okay. And that was in the 70s?
Yes.
Okay. What was the author's name again?
Anatoly Fomenko.
Okay. Start the show off with this. And rock and roll, and here we go. Because if it actually worked, that would be something.
Yo, what's going down? It's your boy Dub FX. I am doing a show called Hook, Line, and Thinker with DJ D Phoenix on Neo Retro FM, so tune into that. Peace.
Come back, Dub. Come back. Okay. Okay, well, you know what? Right there, that goes straight into the, this would not be appropriate in today's programming.
Yeah.
Because we know that that was Richard Keel. If I remember right. He was Jaws in James Bond in 007.
Yep.
But they painted him up to look like an Indian, so that's really sad. That totally, I don't like Night Stalker any longer. No, ain't gonna do it. Anyway, well, gosh darn. So what are our observations about Oz? We'll do it that way. Doug, you start. I'll go after you.
He seems like a down to earth guy that he's finding his own way here to Oz right now.
We were just talking about you.
That goddamn phone just went tits on me. Battery said.
Really? See, and we thought the devil had gotten a hold of
This is how
that.
long it takes for it to. This is how long it takes for it to get a little charge on it and fire back up.
We were really concerned.
Yeah, we thought the paranormal got you. The creep show people got you.
Exactly what we thought. So we were watching some flicks in the meantime.
Right on.
You're feeling bad.
Nothing better.
Yeah. But you're here. Which is awesome. Awesome. Hiveswitch, you know Oz. Oz, Hiveswitch. Okay.
Yep.
How's it going, brother?
I'm good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, Doug had a question for you.
How did I? What was it, Doug?
What got you in doing the paranormal stuff?
And don't freeze.
And don't what?
Don't freeze.
No, that's an easy one to answer because when a Ghost Hunters came on television, that was about 15 years ago, I think. I was really intrigued by it because I knew it could be phony, it could be, but they just didn't appeal to me as being phony, you know. Everything seemed, because they pretty much debunked just about everything. It found it wasn't a ghost. I understood that. I get that. That kind of got me intrigued in watching. But I'm a plumber too. They're plumbers. And
you're watching Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast with our host, DJ D Phoenix, myself, DJ Fury, and Celeste. We're glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you could be here. And I'm glad that everybody's here with us. Thank you very much again, as always, for tuning in and checking us out. On the last segment, we were talking about Antarctica. Not that we've covered enough base there on that one, because I mean there's an extensive amount of conversation that can happen about that. And we're screen sharing. Well, I don't need to screen share yet. Okay, let's try that again. Anyway, so let's see where it's going to take us from there, because I don't know, like I said, how this all is lined up. So one more time, I'll try and share. And there we go. Okay. So now we're back to normal, how it used to be. There we go. Come on. Why won't I do that? There we go. Okay. So let's see. We did also talk about how planes avoid the firmament in the Antarctica. Didn't we? Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so.
Also, before I forget.
Yeah. Hang on. Yes. Yeah.
There is a very restricted fly zone over Antarctica that nobody is supposed to fly over.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my tidbit.
All right. It looks like we are moving on to Dogman. Briefly. I'm sorry, but that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It does me too, because it's definitely a humanoid figure. The stillness is a little weird.
Agreed. Unsettling.
Yes.
Yeah. And really, they're not that far from it.
And is it that we caught them, or they're watching us? Or both?
Could be both. Let's watch it one more time real quick. I would be grabbing those kids so quick.
I wouldn't even, me personally, my kid would have been running with me so fast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and from where they were at too, even though we pretty much had the same perspective, that thing was close.
Close enough.
Right.
Too close.
Yeah. But no indication as to where that was though, either.
To me, it looked northwest-ish. Canada, up here, it looked like that kind of vegetation, but it's hard to tell.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it could also be East Coast though too. So I mean, it is hard to say without any real context. Okay, so here once again is another Dogman, and here we go. Oh, weird. Oh, weird.
I don't see it.
Okay, it is, as you're looking at the screen right now, it's off to the right. And from right to left, first of all, you see a grayish tree stump.
Okay.
And then there's a little bit of what looks to be in the background, like maybe a fallen tree or something. You can see like the wood part of it. Right in front of that is,
like,
and
move
it's
your cursor. Hey, we can see your cursor.
Oh, can you?
There you go. There you go. Okay, that's what I thought. It's just
this is the ear. The other ear must be right about there, and those are its eyes, and that thing is just sitting there watching.
Hmm.
Thought so. Maybe that red one with the black face. Oh, looks like him.
And you can see its ear move every once in a while.
Could be the one that run by too.
Ooh, I saw it.
I'm sorry, that's still way too close.
Agreed.
Why don't these people run?
Probably because part of their mind probably doesn't actually compute as to what they're seeing. I don't know.
Even the bear.
What's that?
Even if it was a bear, I'd be running. Right?
Anything fur covered in the woods is too much of a match for me. I'm not going to hang out and try to figure out if it's a beaver or a grizzly or a Sasquatch. I'm out. And in this case, it's Dogman. For those of you that don't know what Dogman is, it's the closest thing to a werewolf that you could possibly think of. And actually, even where we're at in Thurston County has had its share of sightings as well.
Is Dogman
And the funny thing is that where Dizzy and Gretchen are located in the downtown Olympia area, they're surrounded by state buildings and other apartment buildings. And this thing was on film for at least a couple of minutes, easily. Yeah. And it wasn't anything else, but it couldn't have been anything else but a fairy.
Right.
So, okay, cool. And, now that I just spilled all that, I totally forgot which cryptid you said that you like.
Oh, well, who's the guy that shapeshifts all the time?
The Ray. Yeah, well,
no,
Ray.
The other guy.
Oh, well, the shape.
Can't think of his name right now.
Are you talking like a shapeshifter?
Yeah, it comes from the Indian tribe.
Oh, yeah. Skinwalker.
Skinwalker, yeah, I like Skinwalkers.
Okay. Those and we've talked about those a lot on the program as well.
The
By the way, guys, real quickly, I don't know if Mama Heart, King James, and Dizzy know this or not, but you know that here in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, we hit our 5th anniversary.
Oh, nice.
It's been the podcast has been going for 5 years already.
That's pretty cool.
I know, kind of wild, especially the longevity of both Dizzy and Mama Heart and King James too. And actually, speaking of the podcast, my original co-host Dub Effects will be on with us this next month.
Nice.
So hopefully, Mama Heart, you can pop in again at that point.
Yeah, that would be to say hey.
Yeah, Gabriel. What, when it comes to cryptids, what is one of your favorite cryptids to talk about or read into or whatever?
My absolute top favorite is dragons.
Dragons, okay.
Dragons.
Okay.
And I've got a whole notepad document for my script for tonight. So.
Cool. Good. And we're gonna go into more detail here in just a little bit. And we're being joined right now by Oz.
Oz.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, guys. Hello, everybody.
Oz.
Yeah. Okay, so now that he's joined us, let's add him to the mix, and then we'll get to Mama Heart and King James after that. Oz, what is your favorite cryptid to read about, look into, talk about?
Well, personally, it is the Dogman.
The Dogman.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
It was Bigfoot for a little while, but
You've graduated.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And plus,
cool.
I have the somewhat close ties to it with all the sightings in Maytown and all. So, yeah, I feel a little closer to the Dogman.
Well, I've been hanging out off and on again with Wolfman that was on the show a while back, and trekking out to his place after dark totally gives me the heebie-jeebies because he's only a couple of miles away from the Dogman sightings.
Really?
And I think about that when I cross that field by myself after dark. Yeah.
Where's it?
Okay. King James, when it comes to cryptids, what do you like to hone in on?
Well, for me, it's from the real early age would be Sasquatch, because that's the one that I first saw, just like scared the living daylights, as far as like seeing it, the famous film, you've seen it move. So Sasquatch would be my favorite.
Okay.
Even though I'm from Washington, there's still, I grew up, the town I lived in, we were close to the mountains right there. We were always.
Where at?
Glendora, down here in Southern California.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny how, I think almost every state in the nation has had sightings at one point or another. But no matter what, whenever you read anything about Sasquatch, it seems to be the Pacific Northwest, specifically Washington State, that has the majority of sightings there.
Yeah.
So, and actually, Dizzy, because you're one of the close ones, Gabriel, you as well, and Oz, our next excursion, I think we're going to go down to the area towards Centralia, where there were 3 people that saw the same thing here somewhat recently. And that'll be the next excursion that we do.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So Gabriel, when the time comes, hopefully you can join us for that. And we're gonna
just try to let me know like a couple or so weeks in advance so that I can make sure that I'm off for work and If it's not on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm gonna need at least 3.5 weeks notice because they post the schedule like 3 weeks out now instead of 2 weeks. Pissing me off. But anyway,
as soon as we know when we're going to do it, I'll make sure that you're made aware of it. So,
thank you,
Mama Heart. When it comes to cryptids, what's that, Mama Heart? What is one of
something?
What's that?
Oz was trying to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oz. I'm sorry,
Oz. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. I was going to ask you what area that was in because I have property in Centralia, and I think it's right around where the only Bigfoot sighting was for a long time.
I'm gonna have to find out because I don't remember right offhand what the source was that we saw this information on, but it was one of the it might have even been the BFRO site.
And if it is on Little Hannaford Road, I can take you right to the spot. It's my property.
Nice.
Cool. And it's not the Black River sighting that we looked into when we went out on our last one. Right.
No.
So yeah, I'll find out for sure, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, awesome. Mama Heart. Now that Oz is done, what is your favorite cryptid, lady?
So, because I am from back home and I knew how to create really great stories, Bigfoot was always behind me, and I was always running from. And I scare my friends, and then I could run faster out of the way. So just saying, well, what's funny is then a decade later, or when I had children, we were in the mammoth in the mountains. Anyway, I had to come out in the dark. It was this really interesting thing. Great story. And what does my eldest do in the back? Pretending he's scaring everyone in the straight up dark, trying to get out of the mountains. Yeah. So it did come back. So I'm just saying to anyone on the podcast, if you're in the listening, what you do so out there does come back, and sometimes through your children, scaring everybody.
I once heard a wise man say, you don't need to be faster than whatever's chasing you. You just need to be faster than one of the other people that's running.
Straight up, that's it.
Fact.
That's funny that you say that because I remember this was back in 2006, I think. One of the haunted house attractions during the Halloween season. Somewhere in Doug, well, he's next door.
Druid, so
anyway, don't
from
go.
Coming from Southern California, Washington State, green space, it is. And we went to Jersey, and I thought everyone was nice. So, but anytime I would hear anyone talk reference, oh, Jersey, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I think, and it depends on who you're there with, and what you're doing there.
The new cubes from Bovril. Have you seen them yet? Well, they're made just the way a good cube should be. Perfect for all your red meat cooking. They're packed with good meaty flavor and seasoning to bring out the best in your cooking. Bovril made them to crumble easier, dissolve faster, to help make rich brown gravy they'll love. Believe me, these new cubes from the Bovril people bring out the best in your cooking. Cubes from Bovril. Try them. You'll buy them.
Guys, you are watching Hook, Line, and Thinker. I've got with me tonight some of our regulars. Doug next door is with us. Hello. Howdy. I've got my cousin Robin, the bandstand dancer from Southern Cali. Hey, chickadee. Hi, Doug. So Robin's with us. And for the first time in quite a while, Danny Boy's back with us. A buddy from New Jersey. Hey, mister. Thumbs up to you, too. Cool. So one of the main reasons why we decided to do this tonight, or why I decided to do it, is because there has been in the last week alone, probably close to 100 different pieces of video footage from primarily across the United States, but also around the world. And not even 20 miles up the road from where I'm at, of an overabundance of sightings. And I know we're getting closer to the full disclosure that they've been talking about during June, but it was enough to make me wonder, especially in light of this footage that I saw up over Tacoma within the last couple of days, what in the world is going on? So I know we're kind of beating a dead horse here because all of us have gotten a chance to sit in on these conversations before. I'm glad Danny's with us tonight, though, because of the fact that he, out of the four of us, has one of the most amazing sightings that I've ever heard of firsthand. And I might actually have you just go quickly recap that for us, buddy. Your sighting here a number of years ago in Jersey. You want to briefly tell the audience what happened?
Sure. It was probably around 7, 8 o'clock at night. I was in a car with my girlfriend at the time, and we were driving, and we saw this big light in the sky. And of course, I'm like, follow that. Everybody's a little freaked out about it. I'm just like, no, follow it. So my girlfriend starts driving towards it. She's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, just go. So go. And we literally get to a point where we're at a four-way intersection, and we're like right underneath of the light. And it was huge. It was sorry, that's my dog.
That's
I have
okay.
a terrier named Sharky.
That's
And
right.
So we get to this four-way intersection, and it's this giant, like egg shaped. It was like oval, but like kind of egg shaped, and it was like really bright. It was brilliant in color, and there were a couple other cars that were out there. Everybody was standing up staring at it, and I got out. This is before cell phone camera. Fortunately, there was no way to take a video unless you had an actual camera or camcorder with you. But we, just looked at it for a few, and I just remember it taking off, like, gone. It made like the strangest noise too when that happened. And something else that I remember is about the colors. It was just like really brilliant and almost like dazzling in the way that it looked. It was colors I'd never.
You said about 7 or 8 at night. So was it pitch black out, or was it like dusk where there's lights, kind of light in the sky still?
I would say it was closer to dusk, but it was in the summertime. So 7, 8 o'clock is still around that time. In Jersey,
right?
Sun's still kind of down, but you can still.
Following program is rated TVMA for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
On it, like when I think about it, I don't really feel like it challenges my belief and what I presuppose everything to be, because like you said, the Prince of the Power of the Air, it's very possible that they're interdimensional and not really interplanetary. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So they could be playing a trick, perhaps on us, to try to make us think that God's not real, that none of this is real. You know what I mean? That it's all been a lie, deception. So it's hard to to take what to take that and just say, okay,
Agreed. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I feel very strongly that this is my belief. So you guys throw it in the toilet if you wish. I believe God in the beginning created everything, and I believe He created everything, even the third of the angelic beings that ended up getting doused because they had an issue. And there's scriptures clearly saying the principalities and all those things are very real. It doesn't, and yet the enemy would love for deception and would love to create fear and wincing. And you're right. For me, my belief is so strong in God, none of that can diminish my belief. And I believe if God, whatever was created from the very beginning, there is a purpose and a plan, even the wiggly wonky things, for us to be stronger in our own personal trust muscles. Like I believe it's an ability to create trust muscles on your own personal spiritual walk. So for me, it just helps my trust muscles be stronger. There
Can
you
I
have
ask, what is the definition of wiggly wonkly?
Wiggly wonk. Well, wiggly wonkly is just where our subconscious mind runs 98% of our actual being and our conscious mind. So the wiggly wonky is the conscious trying to make sense, but most of our responses and all of our things that we do come from the subconscious.
Okay.
So the conscious tries to make sense, and that can get wiggly wonkily.
So don't look for the gold. So I don't need to search for the golden ticket, is what you're saying. Okay.
I love Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory.
Me too. I just don't want to sit in bed with my grandparents 24/7, though. You know.
Or become big and a blueberry. So you're
Right. Well, yeah, true. All right, Veruca Salt. You guys are watching Hook, Line,